Hey Jade, this is John. I'm here. Just wanted to say hi. Saw you tweeted out the number. Been looking for it forever. Lost the number, but might want to change that voice recording. Still says the basketball. I need to bleep that out. Gonna get in trouble there, sir.
Yo.
Hello.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
Yo. Yo. Yo. Yo.
Coming back like a yo-yo.
Oh, man. One of my big regrets in life. Not learning how to be a professional yo-yo person.
That's one of your big regrets? Mm-hmm. What? Wait. A professional yo-yo person? They're professionals?
You seen those dudes? You know, like you never seen like the pro yo-yos? Pro yo-yo dudes?
No. This is not. I'm gonna put up a poll.
I saw it.
There's no way.
Shea Serrano posted something recently, and I was like, dude, if my son learns how to do that, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be a happy dad.
What would you call him? A yo-yo player?
Are
there professional yo-yo players?
Come on, you've never seen like.
Although I did see a
yo-yo competition in YouTube.
Okay. Have you seen the vaping competitions?
What?
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
All right, I'm gonna look up yo-yo. You look up vaping competitions.
What a time to be alive.
Oh my god.
Tom?
Yes.
Tommy?
Oh my god.
I had a sick yo-yo back in the day.
Did you?
Oh yeah, it was a thing, right? Back in like 8th grade.
Jade, was that your impersonation of that Nigerian dude?
What?
Oh my god,
dude! The message that started Black to Black?
No, just now.
Is that the one? Is that the one that you used? No, I'm talking about, the video that they always show on Twitter when somebody's like, oh, and your 3-year-old hands you a paper of a drawing and you have to pretend that you were impressed. And it's the black dude on the couch like, oh my God.
I do not know this. Man.
Man, I got to link you to it. You're going to be crying laughing.
Yo, Jade. This guy, Gentry Stein, 2015 U.S. National Yo-Yo Contest. This guy's got some skills.
That's incredible.
This video has 340,000 views. What are any of us doing with our lives?
340,001.
Is Big Waz coming on the show today, or?
That's always a great question.
Yeah, like your guess is better than mine, dog. I don't know. And
I quote, I'm in at 9:17 last night.
He's talking about the show, man. Right?
Yeah, well, we never know.
Hey, Zach, you ruined my day with this stupid ass list, man.
That was me.
No, that wasn't me. That was Jade.
That was Jade.
A fan of the show sent that to me on Instagram. He said, "Can you share this with the group?" And I oblige.
Hey. So I basically just accused y'all looking alike. That's racist. But anyway, man, yes. After Kevin Love, it gets really dark. I mean, after Pau Gasol, it gets really dark.
This is the Hall of Fame probability rankings.
Yeah. And they straight up ripped this from Basketball Reference. And what I love about it is that they've put in their trademark like @Sparks_sports on the list as if it's their list.
Oh,
they didn't even give Basketball Reference a shout out.
I mean, you can tell by the formatting too that it's Basketball Reference.
You just ripped it.
How did Joakim Noah get in over Haslam and Jet? I want to fight anybody who fucking made that list. Even if Basketball Reference did the shit. Listen, y'all got to meet me outside. Meet me in Temecula. Fuck it.
I don't think we steal enough things in life. So I support them stealing. Just steal every bit of content. Who cares?
Yeah, just steal, man. Just change the words up, man. Stealing got me through college.
the words, yeah, exactly. Like the world's gonna end in 2 years. Who cares? None of this matters.
Did you guys notice that the site Keep
Stealing really didn't get me through college, though. By the way,
you know Keep Vid, Harper?
No, I don't know what that means.
It's like the most.
Site?
It was the most used site to like rip YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
And like just the other day, it like switched over to being like why you should never download stuff. You know?
Oh, they got in trouble.
No. They didn't. It's apparent they didn't get in trouble. Like I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened.
Oh,
like YouTube might have just been like, you know what? Here's a couple $1 million. Can you just can you get lost?
That's the grip.
Yo, let me get lost. Over. Y'all never listen. Whatever happened to that guy, Black Trey? You remember the guy that had interesting takes and sometimes annoying tweets? Listen, never heard of him. Never heard of him, dog.
Why you here?
Yeah, I'm here. What up?
The star of the score on the uninterrupted.
The star. That's funny.
The star.
If Waz is not woke, it's called the undefeated.
So wait, is the podcast out? We're waiting on the video?
Yeah, the podcast has been out since Friday, I believe. Yeah. We're still waiting on Spotify to post that video. I'm trying to get my 15 seconds, but Spotify doesn't want to let me be great. It's quite distressing.
Guys, Spotify, get your shit together.
I'm looking at the Hall of Fame algorithm here. You guys want an explanation for why they have who is it? Luol Deng over Jason Terry, Udonis Haslem over Jason Terry. Now we're caping for Jason Terry. Is this what's happening?
He's like fifth all time in 3-pointers made. He won a title. Like,
and he gave LeBron the business.
I'm not saying he should make the Hall of Fame. I'm saying you put him over Haslem, you put him over DeAndre Jordan, you put him over Luol Deng and Joakim Noah. Like,
Jets smoked LeBron boots in 2011, man.
All right. So, according to Basketball Reference, which ranks in Hall of Fame probability, LeBron, Dwayne, Dirk, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard, Steph, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, Harden, Vince at 95%. Interesting. The way that they get these outputs is they studied what predicts Hall of Fame guys statistically. And what they found through math, #math, is that height for some reason matters. NBA championships matters. NBA leaderboard points. So I guess like how many times you rank in certain categories.
It's one of those Pelton formulas, you know?
Right. Peak win shares apparently is a significant predictor of your Hall of Fame. So peak win shares, the peak of your career. Also, NBA All-Star Game selections. Apparently this formula predicts NBA probability the best. When they put all these different variables in, those variables popped out, and they got to predict Hall of Fame futures. But I don't think people would look at Dwight Howard and say he's a lock to be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be.
Not to steal Bomani Jones's bit here, but he should be, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dwight fell off severely, but for a good 8 years, he was as good as pretty much any big man in the league, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Like he was a generational defender. Like he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And when he was right, his body was right. He was a really good offensive player too.
Yeah. So, he was destructive. Yeah.
What happened with him is when his body betrayed him and he came back from that back surgery with the Lakers, like people
they think that he was always like that. And
right,
when
and
the
they,
bright
and they
lights got shined,
it wasn't his attitude.
Exactly. Jade is right. Is like people use the body breaking down where he can't bend over. His body won't let him. Like his back is all messed up. They use his attitude and his personality and the things he smiles too much and he's a goofball and he's corny. They use that as the reason why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame rather than, damn.
And those are all
just didn't hold up.
Yeah, those are all valid criticisms of Dwight Howard, but it doesn't have anything to do with his Hall of Fame probability.
So anyway,
Tom, turn up slightly, please.
Turn up
and
let me get that.
Close TweetDeck or whatever that's making your signal hiccup.
That's funny. Turn up.
I guess we'll wait. Mariano's finishing up a delivery.
Allegedly.
All Also, just one note, there's a new hashtag out there, Play Trey. If you want to, step up and challenge him to draft on draft.com.
You know what? I've won 4 straight. I might be feeling frisky enough to challenge Trey.
Have at it, asshole.
Whoa. My God, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, no, I'm not really sparky. I'm not really sparky like that, man. I love Zach, man. I ain't seen Zach in a long time, but
it's been a minute.
I love Zach, man.
Hashtag
Jeez.
Play Trey. Your chances of winning on draft are 80% better than on salary cap sites. That's why Draft is our favorite fantasy site. No more getting crushed by the pros. And it's not just us. More than 1 million people have already downloaded the Draft app, too. Play in real live NBA drafts right now. Be done in under 5 minutes and get paid out the next day. Drafts are filling up every second, so you can join one whenever you want. You can challenge me, RAMUSMANNERS, Ramus Manners, if you want to win. All new players get a free entry into a real money draft when you make your first deposit, but you have to use our promo code B2B. That is the number 2 between 2 B's. That's right. Playing real money drafts for free just by using our promo code B2B. And it gets better. Draft is so sure you'll love it. They're even offering back-to-back listeners a money-back guarantee of up to $100. Search Draft in your app store. Go to draft.com. Play for free now with the promo code B2B. So if you just get beat like 10 times, you just go to Draft and be like, I want my money back.
I don't know that that's how that works.
Anyway, yeah. Ramus Manners, Trey, what are you?
I'm Black Trey.
Harper? Talk Hoops 5,000 or something?
No, it's Talk Hoops TBF. I think I got to change that.
Okay. Yeah.
The names was changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah, well, it's Talk Hoops to be fair. To be fair, I'm playing Draft. Yeah.
Mine's a Haberstroh with Triple H at the end, like 3 H's.
Haberstroh.
Do you tell people suck it?
Yeah.
Mine is Big Waz 26.
Big Waz, how many are you? 96?
26.
Big Waz 26. That's with an S. All right, Tom, you want to start this up?
Yes. So welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Back to Back podcast. This is the Basketball Buzz Show. I'm joined by Zach, Harper, Trey, Waz. Thank you for showing up today. You said you were in. Jade had a lot of skepticism, but you showed up. Appreciate that.
That's nice. That's good to know. Thanks for the faith, Jade.
I put your odds at 50-50. Pretty good.
I had a lot of windows open, Jade. I'm Xing out right now.
I wanted to see if Jerv was around. You guys were going to talk about the Sixers, right?
Yeah, guys, listen. If you drafted Markelle Fultz last night, you're in luck.
Who is that?
I had him.
Markelle Fultz is back, baby.
No, not who is that to him. I heard some slurping or some shit. Sorry.
That was me. Sorry.
Someone was going hard.
I was like, damn.
Right, that did sound like a tea slurp.
I'm drinking tea. My bad.
I was like, what the hell? My bad, Was.
Markelle Fultz is back, guys.
I'm happy.
You look good.
Wait,
you look good
for him.
Did he look good to you?
Yeah, absolutely. He was attacking really well. Like, all right, he shot a couple of jumpers. I think what do we
expect from him though?
Was he ever
He's
here?
been gone.
Was he
he's
ever
been
here?
gone since October.
Here?
Yeah.
He played 4 games.
But did he ever get here? You know?
But are you just trying to get someone to say Markelle Fultz said, "I'm here"?
I'm here.
Is this what you're doing? What's going on?
Yeah, but not realistically. I mean, I thought he did okay for a debut.
I don't know. Saw defense. They didn't credit him with any block shots, but I swear I saw him block 2 shots.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he definitely.
On that.
I know for sure he did a help side block on one.
Yeah,
I seen that highlight. I didn't actually catch the game, but from the highlights I did see, he looked a little more comfortable in his little. We always in the hood called it the T match, where he had the and then pulls up. It looked really smooth. Yeah, I mean, and in his debut, like I can't complain. I mean,
I don't want to complain. It's not even that. It's just. I didn't watch any of this kid in college because I don't watch college basketball because it's awful. But when he came out, people were like, yo, this is a dude with like superior elite athleticism, right? Like when I watch, say, a Dennis Smith, like I can tell like the guy in front of him is going to have trouble dealing with his athleticism. I don't get that sense from Fultz. Maybe y'all do. And he's taller and bigger than Dennis is. So he has a lot less to make up for in that regard. But like, he looked slow to me.
But comparing Dennis Smith's fast twitch to Markelle Fultz is completely different. Like Dennis Smith is springy immediately, like his bounce is cat-like. Markelle Fultz is just
he glides.
He glides. Like it's just one of those things. Like, all right, cool. This kid just has a body and he can dunk. Like, you know what I mean? But you're not gonna. That's not how his style of play is. He's not just gonna be like, oh, he catching bodies. Like, no, that's not what he do.
Here's the thing about him. Like, he got to the basket so easily. And granted, it's against Denver's defense. So, there are a bunch of qualifiers in there. But he got to the basket easily. He made Jamal Murray look very ordinary just as an athlete, as a NBA guard, just from like a size perspective. Like, that kind of showed me just how big Markelle is out there. Like, he's, what, like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's 6'5", and he's like 200-something pounds. Like,
yeah, like and he just
200 plus.
He moves so effortlessly. Like I still want to see him. Like he had a moment at the end of the third where I think he had a big switched on him as the clock was running down for the quarter, and I was like, just pull up. Like, and I knew he wasn't going to, but I wanted to see like a pull up, 3-pointer or something like that, just to see it, because that's what he would have done in college. He didn't do that. He worked it in a little bit more, but so there's still some hiccups, at least with that decision making.
I saw that play.
Weren't there. Yeah. But he just, to me, for what I was expecting out of him after essentially 4 months off, like I thought he looked good.
It was awesome to watch.
I'm taking it for the nervousness, because he said it felt like it was his first game again.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, it is what it is. You want to perform high, because obviously you stink it up. We back to talking shit about it. You know what I'm saying?
What I liked about it was he got blocked. I think it was in the fourth quarter. He got blocked by Mason Plumlee, got the ball back, passed it out, got it back, and then did a hezzy pull up from like 12 feet and drained it on. And that kind of like the guy was hype. He was going after everybody last night. I mean, he was so aggressive, and it wasn't just like in like 5 minutes. He did it the entire time. And I think he took 13 shots in 14 minutes. He got 4 blocked 4 times and kept going. It was crazy to watch. You thought that this dude had been playing for like he was Donovan Mitchell out there getting up all those shots. Like he'd been playing as the number 1 guy for a long time. But he had, in his debut, he went first play, he tried to drive, he turned it over, and then he got blocked, he airballed it, but he just kept going. He kept going with the hezzy pull-up jumper. I love the fact that he was aggressive. He played it at home. The crowd was loving it. And it was cool to see, because he's still a teenager, right? And it was a pretty dark couple months for him, with all the pressure and all the weird stuff going on behind the scenes. To come out like that was impressive to me.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like being a Debbie Downer on Markelle Fultz, which I guess I am right now, but it's just like, to me, it's not like this guy's coming back from a hip like Isaiah Thomas, or some kind of knee like we're about to see with Steph and Kyrie. Like, he came back from the yips, right? There was nothing wrong with his body. So that's why I'm just like,
couldn't that be harder, was?
Is it? I don't know.
To come back from
what's wrong with his body? He had a shoulder.
Oh, he had a shoulder? He did?
Like a serious shoulder issue. Hell yeah.
I thought
that was the reason why he missed.
It was a shoulder.
That was what it was.
Now we've got the conspiracy music, Jade.
I know.
I can hear it in
I thought it was the yips.
Yeah, shoulder. His team came out and said over and over, no structural damage, but I don't know. Maybe they were just lying on him.
I mean, that's
a lot of time to cover up.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, it was great to watch for me, just seeing how aggressive he was, considering like what he's been dealing with the past couple months.
Yeah, 8 assists too.
8 assists, and just 1 turnover. The first possession that he had, he turned it over, and then he was good after that. And again, yes, Denver defense, and it was in a lot of garbage time. But for a guy who struggled with his confidence the last few months, it seemed, that wasn't a problem last night.
I thought it was a success. And it doesn't mean like, all right, he's back, he's good. Like he's got to prove a lot, and he still has to work himself into game shape. and he's got to find a way to truly fit into that rotation. I think that David Griffin mentioned this on NBA TV last night, how it's interesting that a young playoff team who is trying to figure out that identity decides to work in a rookie just in the middle of this whole thing.
Like for the long term. This ain't about this year.
But not a lot of teams would do that.
Yeah, they wouldn't have the foresight.
Not a lot of teams would do that. So I think
shouts to Jerry Colangelo, man, bringing foresight and structure to the Sixers.
Process,
but no,
patience.
I think Brett Brown is a phenomenal coach, and there are like 9 guys we should be discussing for Coach of the Year. So I feel like every week we're like, hey, why aren't we discussing Nate McMillan? Why aren't we discussing Terry Stotts? What about Quinn Snyder? Oh no, this is Dwayne Casey's award to lose. We have so many guys deserving the conversation, but I think Brett Brown should be in there as well. Like
shouts to Brett Brown because for 2 years he's finally been allowed to coach NBA players, like for real, and you see the results.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
We all forgot about Ish.
I think I did forget about Ish.
Wasn't he on the 87ers?
Last night Ben Simmons had 11 assists. Markelle Fultz had 8 assists, 19 assists between the two of them, and 2 turnovers. Whew.
And Denver got smacked in the third quarter. The way Philly turned that on, and they did that against the Timberwolves too, the previous game, but the way they've come on in the third quarter as of late, like they are just smacking teams. And their regular lineup is the most has the highest net rating in the NBA for lineups that have played at least, I don't know, I think it was like 200 minutes this year. Like they have the best lineup in the NBA right now on the season.
That's impressive.
They're rolling.
Steph Curry's hurt. You never know.
Well, you think they're going to come out of the West? Think the Sixers are going to make the West?
Yeah, right. Right.
Maybe the Sixers should be our title contender in the East. They play defense. They got a couple of stars. They got
I like the Sixers.
Good shooters.
Yo, if they get matched,
I'm excited for the first round matchup.
Guys, I am going to the Process Hotline right now. Live from Philadelphia.
We're doing this again.
We're doing this.
No, we're filling time again. This is what we're doing.
John Gervais.
Go ahead.
Filling time like the box score. Markelle Fultz. Go.
Jerv?
Yo.
What's up, my man?
What's up?
Jerv.
You planning the parade? Planning the parade right now.
Jerv, you been asleep yet, or are you still on this Markelle Fultz high?
I know. I've been up for like 48 hours now. So,
yeah.
Did you know he was going to play last night? That came out of nowhere for me.
No, so I actually ended up going to the game last night. A buddy of mine called me, asked me that I want to go around like maybe 5. And then about 10 minutes later, I was driving home to go get changed, and they had broke the news that he was playing. So I had no idea. It was a pleasant surprise, though. No idea.
So you're a Sixers correspondent. What was the vibe like inside that arena?
So the arena was crazy. Like it was very much a playoff atmosphere. It's been a while since I've seen it like that. I mean, this year has been just a good year just in general, but it was an extra buzz because of the fact that you had the number 1 pick coming back. But, you know, I mean, like I'll be honest. I've never seen anything. I've never seen us as a fan base so excited for somebody that we've heard so many negative things about. Like we were so caring and so giving last night to him. I've never seen that before. Like we didn't get mad at him when he did turnover. Like his first play was a turnover and we cheered him. We don't usually do that.
Can the record please show that John Gervais did not cheer the turnover and that in the group chat he called Markelle Fultz a bum?
Yes.
Can we please clearly state that for the record?
This is correct.
Can we please clearly state that?
The chat has risen.
Gervais was like, "Yo,
I was going to get
trash."
Man, we used to have a term for that. Listen, I can't remember what it was.
I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that. I think he's okay. I don't think he didn't impress me last night. I mean, he had 10 points. 2 of his layups were uncontested layups. I mean, I can make those. The one layup he did was like a behind the back layup. He just threw up in the air that went in. And then his other jumpers were just in the paint jumpers, like 10-footers. So I wasn't impressed. I don't think he's still don't think he's the number one pick in the draft. I wanted Tatum. I said that a while back, but you know what I mean. He was cool. He's just not. He's not the game changer. I don't think.
Jerv, at 7:47 p.m. at the Sixers game, and Fultz's ass.
Yes. but hold on. When I say he's
Fultz's ass.
Oh, listen. When I say he's ass, things, like
man.
No, but listen, when I say he's ass, it's not that. Like if I say someone's ass, that doesn't mean that like they're all the way terrible. It just means like
right now
he sucks right now. Like I don't want to watch this dude. Like he's not ass like in the sense of like I wouldn't want Isaiah Cannon or like freaking what was my man name?
He's
Tony
no
Roten.
Ja Okafor. He's no Ja
Ish Smith.
Okafor.
Just say it. Say it, Jerv.
Yeah, Ja.
No, I mean, listen, I like this.
We are just naming people who have ever put a Sixers uniform on.
Jerv. My follow up is that was at the beginning because obviously he had a nervousness and he had some questionable plays.
He was shook.
So after that, towards after his Hezzy pull up, what were your thoughts? Did anything warm up for him?
Which one? The one that was airball?
No, the one he made.
Blocked that.
I think got a piece.
The one he made. I mean, he still wound up with 10 points and 8 assists. So,
I mean, I was excited. I was happy for him. Like I felt like that was a big hurdle for him.
Or was it was the Nuggets? Did you look at it that way too?
I'll be honest with you, bro. When he made, full disclosure, when he made that first jumper, like I got out my seat and I cheered for him. Because I felt like that was a huge hurdle for him, like to shoot that.
Okay, so Philly fans are fair weather.
Hell no.
No, it sounds like Philly fans are. It sounds like Jerv doesn't like him.
Okay, so Jerv just doesn't like him.
No, I don't like him. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan
all right,
at
so
all.
I'll take that.
But he rocks my colors, so it's all good.
All right. So
who would you take for the next 5 years? Would you take Markelle Fultz or TJ McConnell?
Oh. No, give me Fultz.
Listen. He's not.
Because I was about to figure out how to boot people off this chat.
Listen, he's rolling with TJ drama. Don't let Jerv.
Nah. Listen, man.
You rolling with TJ drama.
Nah, bro. Last night, I literally saw why TJ McConnell is like not liked by anyone other than Sixers fan. When he had a wide open layup and he blew it. Not blew it, but like it was contested. But he should have made it. NBA players make it. He blew it. And then I think he came down the next play and he got his shot beat up by Plumlee or somebody. And I was like, yo, dude, like it's a fun story, but he's not. He's ass. He's ass. Can I say that? He's ass. I would consider him ass.
All right.
That's crazy.
Jerv,
he had a triple-double, though.
I'm going to go down the NBA draft list right now from last year. You tell me yes or no, you would keep Markelle Fultz over this player. Yes or no? Lonzo Ball.
No.
You want Fultz above?
Oh, I would take Fultz over Ball, yes.
Damn.
He doesn't fit on our team.
He actually doesn't fit with Simmons. That's kind of
he doesn't fit at all. I can't have two guys that can't.
It's kind of the same.
If Fultz doesn't start shooting at some point, and he probably won't until next season, he won't fit it. But he was a great shooter in college. That's the weird thing about this whole thing. Is like he's a great shooter, or at least he was.
I would just say use him as a 3-and-D dude. I mean, not 3-and-D, but a defensive guy. And just kind of
right, but we ain't drafting number one player overall.
But I'm just saying, I'm saying now off the situation, Jerv, you got to take it for now. You know what I mean? Okay. If he's going to be out there, at least use him for something.
For the rest of the season and playoffs, he's just got to be
be athletic, bro.
Right?
Be athletic, man, and just be a plus out there while you're on the floor.
I'll be honest, I don't really need to see him in the playoff rotation though.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're rolling with TJ McConnell. You know,
otherwise, but. TJ's not going to play. Bellinelli is going to get majority of the minutes, I would think, right?
Like backup point?
Yeah, not even backup point, just a backup guard.
He's played it before. Like, he's been a spot point guard in the league before. Like, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but if Brett Brown went to it, it wouldn't be insane.
Wait, Jerv, you don't want them to play Fultz or you don't want them to play TJ?
I don't want them to play Fultz too much in the playoffs. Like, it's too risky. Like, he's not ready.
He's fooled. They're going to sag all the way into the tunnel on his ass.
Yeah, I would let him shoot. He doesn't want to shoot.
And you can't have him and Ben Simmons out there together. And I know they're not doing that really, but you can't have Fultz and Simmons out there if neither are going to shoot jumpers.
Nah, not at all.
You can do some stuff defensively, but offensively it becomes pretty tough for JoJo to get any kind of space to operate.
Yep. And I think a lot of the issues with him and turnovers is just guys just collapse on him in the paint.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and like he's gonna try to pass out. This happens a lot with Hassan Whiteside, where it's just they know he doesn't have shooters around him, so they're just gonna collapse on him, and he's gonna cough up the ball. So they absolutely need to have him pair with Rocco and JJ Redick at all times.
So who else would you take above Fultz? I like this game.
Yeah, so we'll go down the list. Tatum,
Yes.
obviously we know. Josh Jackson.
Hell no.
Damn.
Like, does he play basketball?
Oh,
Jerv, my mic was on mute and we said hell no at the same exact time.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Boston should be happy he didn't make that plane ride. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
De'Aaron Fox.
Nah.
I'm good. I'll take
Damn.
Jonathan Isaac. You take him over Fultz?
I don't know who that is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I believe in Jonathan Isaac. He's just in
Jonathan
Orlando.
Isaacs is praying for you, my man. He's praying for you.
Laurie Bird.
No.
I probably take
What?
Bird,
Jared,
man.
don't disrespect Laurie Bird like that.
Yeah, Mario.
No. I'm not.
Nah.
That was just. It was bad time
Hey.
for my chuckle. Trust me, it had nothing to do with that. Like, it,
Oh, I'm gonna say
but
no. He's nice. And actually, Josh Jackson averaging 12 and 4 on that shitty ass
He's been
team.
good for like months.
Yeah, no, he's been good. He picked it up. Josh Jackson.
Can he shoot?
He's a utility. I think he'd do it like not like a consistent shooter, but I think he's a utility guy to be out there.
I'll pass.
Okay,
I got Covington.
So he's Kid Gilchrist part 3?
Nah, don't disrespect him like that.
What you mean?
Don't disrespect him like that.
How's that disrespectful?
MK, nice.
The best defensive players in the league.
You mentioned Covington. You know who might not be a good shooter is Robert Covington. He is a roller coaster.
Yeah,
But when he's hot,
he's up and down.
When he's hot, yeah, he's smoldering. But he was
I was
hot
Rocco Hive, man.
Yeah, the first 2 months or the first 25 games, he shot like 44% from 3, and then the next 30 games, he shot like 32%, and now he's back up to like
Zach,
he's like
that's
40% over the last month.
That's what I want to know about the Sixers. Who's shooting the ball for this team besides JJ Redick in the playoffs?
Bellinelli.
Bellinelli, okay.
Yo, Bellinelli's. I mean, I don't think he's a good player, but he's a shooter.
He's got range out to 30 feet. So
Yeah,
Hey, man, put some respect on Rocky, man.
Yo, he shot the ball almost every time he touched it last night.
Sure,
Jerv, that's Marco Jordan, dog.
That's
And,
who he is.
and listen, and I'll be honest with you, every time he shot, like, I didn't complain. Like, I was just like, whatever,
Oh,
that's just what he
good
does.
shot.
Like, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Marco Jordan, dog. Put some respect on it.
Dennis Smith Jr. or Markelle Fultz, Jerv?
Dennis Smith Jr.
You passed over Frankie Smokes. Not even
Listen, Frankie Smokes
Frankie
should have stayed his ass out in France, dog. Fuck that.
No, I'm good on him.
The disrespect. Put some respect on Frank's name.
Watch out, I ain't putting shit on nothing. He should have stayed his young ass
Malik
over
Monk,
here.
would you take him over Markelle Fultz?
No.
Yep.
He can shoot, man.
Ew.
Yep.
Not in the NBA.
Y'all really think Malik
Okay.
Monk is nice?
Well, look,
I don't think. Listen, that's the
I thought you
thing.
were done.
It ain't no. There's no nice. There's no nice in it, dog. I don't think none of these cats in this draft, besides Mitchell, are quote unquote nice.
Yo,
I think they're good.
Junior's nice.
I think they're good players.
I think
What about-
Lonzo is absolutely nice.
You don't
What
think
about-
Tatum's nice?
He's fine.
He's fine.
And then
Like,
the
I'm not
other
going
thing
to
about
back him
Lonzo
off.
that people are sleeping on,
Goddamn.
when I watched them play Portland and Dame tried to clear out on Lonzo and Lonzo was just 19 years old and was like, whatever, I can fucking play as good a defense as anybody in the NBA right now on your ass. I'm like, all right, Lonzo Ball got something, man. He's
But
good.
I'm not going to say.
Was that the
listen,
same
nice,
game he went?
Nice
was that
is
the same-
dominant immediately.
Yeah. Was that
You
the
know what
same
I'm
game
saying?
he went 1 of 12 from 3?
It might have been.
All I'm saying is nice is huge. That's a crazy term to use. That's
What
so
about
loose.
What about this guy, Luke Kennard?
I like Luke, but I don't think he's
I'm
nice.
biased. I'm biased.
I like him.
I think he's nice.
He can shoot at least. Like he's shooting 39% from 3. He can shoot.
But he's a filler. Like he can.
Does he do anything
He can
else?
warm it up.
Does he do anything else besides be Judd Bushler?
Watch out.
That's
Judd got one too.
I don't know what
Okay,
you're doing there,
okay,
Waz.
Okay, you're trolling now. You have to be. Listen, Kennard can get you a quick 11 on some microwave shit.
And I was also comparing him to Scotty Brooks and Tony Kukoc. Who else? Who else we want to throw in there?
Scotty Burrell.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Scott Burrell, bro.
Bobby Sura. Hey, what about my guy, Baby Amare? John Collins.
I like John Collins.
Nah,
he's not nice. He's not nice though.
Bam Adebayo.
Skilled, but not nice.
I like.
Nah,
Bam.
I'm good.
I mean, not over Fultz, but I like Bam.
Jade, what do you think?
What do I think about what, Tom?
Jade, you can't ask for a transition in the chat if you're not prepared through the transition.
You don't say, what do you think? You say, Jade, we're throwing it over to you. For what?
Oh,
who knows?
Okay.
I got to do some shout outs, Tom.
Oh, shout out.
If you
see, a smooth transition would have been, you know what I think, Tom? I think we need to do some shout outs.
I think you guys have been shouting out these players. Let's shout out the fans.
Yeah, there you go, Zach.
If you love the show, someone's calling me on the hotline. Go to patreon.com/countthedings and pledge some money towards our endeavor here. The people that have already, Matthew Richmond, shout out to you. Michael Taylor. Wait, I already did those people. Ariel Acevedo. You're getting two, Ariel. Pearson Trahan. Tyler Dale Hamblin. John Schaefer. Patrick Higgs. What's up, my man? Rafael Ramoso. Kuoli. Andrew Parrish. Alex Barrent. Thomas Nikondiwe. Nikondiwe. Alex, simply Alex.
Careful, Jade.
Michael McNamara, shout out to you, my man. Anthony Portman, Phil Landauer, Jack Garwood, James Whiteford, Jeremy Wong, and John Priest. Thank you guys so much for helping us do this. Really appreciate it.
A lot of girls on that list. You guys notice that?
Tons.
I didn't.
I
must have missed that part.
Oh, I was playing play draft though, so I'm sorry.
Also, just a little note, like if you are on the Patreon site and you want some of the exclusive podcasts, on the right-hand side of your page, you'll see a little box that has your own unique RSS feed. I'm going to make a little post on how to add it to individual podcast apps, but essentially just take that string, that RSS string, and manually enter it into the pod player of your choice. Not all apps have this feature, but 67% of our listeners use iTunes, so the majority of you will be okay with that app. So I'll make that post later.
And you will, as part of that exclusive content on that feed, you'll be getting a Snark Hoops tomorrow.
Sweet.
How about that?
Sweet.
Hey guys, I got some breaking news.
Go.
Oh,
I'm entering the NBA draft this year.
Nice.
okay.
Hey, congrats.
Man, thank you, man.
You and Jello.
After 10 years, man, I finally decided to join.
So when's the draft
I've got
party?
you above Jello.
The draft party, right? We're going to have it in New York because I know you can show me a good time.
Congrats, man. Well,
But who else is entering with me?
I'll draw. You know what? I will declare.
I do declare.
I will declare for the draft. 36 years old, may
outside of
seem
you,
a little
who else?
young.
I'm cooked. My body
Is it one of those ball kids?
Yeah, it's the 6'2" power forward.
The tight end.
Yeah, the tight end.
Chuck Hayes. Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to Tucker. Chuck Hayes, man.
Chuck Hayes, the only player to ever travel at the free throw line.
That is true.
Can you do that?
Can you do that? I don't know.
You never seen that clip?
I don't think I've seen that, Zach.
Oh my God, it's classic. It's him with his hitch at the free throw line, and Allen Iverson yells to the ref that it's a travel.
That's a travel, man. You can't do that, man.
Hey, one of the names you didn't mention there, Jade, is Santiago Ray Spoelstra. That is the name of Eric Spoelstra's firstborn son. They just had a kid in the last couple of days.
That's
You Patreon subscriber?
Yeah, I was going to say.
He
named him
from Miami.
Santiago because that time that LeBron's son Tiago Splitter for the Miami Heat.
Goodness.
Santiago is how you pronounce it. That is an amazing name for 2018 Childs. Santiago? I did not see that coming from Eric.
I mean, I'm sure if you went to Spain, there'd be a few of them there.
Yeah.
Even in 2018.
Did you guys see Albert Bell? Oof.
Albert Bell? No, what happened to him?
Albert Bell, you got to see the mugshot. He looks like a sweet potato got rolled in some shag carpet.
That's funny. That's actually funny.
A sweet potato that got lost under the bed, and then I found it after 10 years.
Albert Bell wasn't a
so him and
small
Trae
guy.
Young could hang out.
Albert Bell was arrested on DUI and indecent exposure. Yikes.
An extreme DUI.
That sounds like
or
a little
super
bit
DUI.
of cocaine. Sorry.
Extreme,
That's
man.
not funny. It's not funny at all, Albert. I hope you get better.
It's not funny. We're laughing.
Okay, that sounded really sincere.
No, I'm serious.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm terrible. It's terrible. Addiction is terrible.
He was
Albert Bell, cousin, if you're listening, we're sorry.
He was always a pretty volatile dude, man.
He was someone like you couldn't change the music in the clubhouse, right? Like that was the story. Like he would beat the shit out of you if you tried to change the music in the clubhouse.
That's pretty funny. Beating my ass for changing the song. Fuck out of here.
He was always a crazy dude, man. Like taking bats to Gatorade coolers and
he was terrifying.
Attacking teammates. But man, 95 Indians though. Woo.
Yes. Lost to the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. What a great year.
What a squad.
So on Friday night, Steph Curry sustained an injury. JaVale McGee, of all people, fell over and fell into his leg, and he sprained his MCL. The official timetable is they're going to reevaluate after 3 weeks. Steph Curry.
Before we move on to Steph, I got a question for the panel. Are the 95 Indians the single coolest baseball team ever?
I mean, Kenny Lofton alone puts them there. Oh,
Omar Vizquel,
What
Robbie
about
Alomar?
What about like the 95 Mariners?
Jim told me.
Jay Buhner,
Randy Johnson, Ken Griff.
Yeah,
I think all my Yankee teams were great.
Love baseball.
My Yankee teams, Trey.
Yankees.
The Yankee,
You feel me? What you mean? Y'all see me celebrating last year?
Get out of here.
What are we talking about?
We're not taking it away from you. We're just saying get out of here.
Only thing I'm always been out on is the no facial hair policy.
Team,
Outside of that,
Kenny Lofton.
listen.
Whew.
Yeah, such a sick squad.
Wow.
Couldn't win the title though.
And couldn't get it fucking done. Watch out.
Couldn't
I'm
get
praising
past
him.
Dave Justice.
Wow.
Yo,
Couldn't get
Eddie Murray. Wait.
Shouts to Eddie Murray though. He's a legend.
And Dave Winfield were on this team.
Yeah, man.
Yes, dog. That team
Holy
was
shit, dude.
that team was supposed to get it done and fucking wet the bed.
They ran into Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine and John Smoltz.
Relax over there.
You got hot over there, man?
Yeah, I hate the fucking Braves. Yes, of course. Why should I care about the Braves?
Chipper Jones might come
All
holler
they've
at
ever
you.
done is
Chipper
ruin
Jones.
my life.
You don't want to piss John Rocker off, Waz. You already
You don't want to piss off the fucking John Rocker.
You don't want to piss Strom Thurmond off.
I'll throw a hard hour at you.
He would throw a couple hard R's at you.
Listen, bro.
Them shits
He might be the most racist baseball player since Ty Cobb.
I mean, it's a conversation.
It's a conversation. And Ty Cobb was doing stuff like putting spikes in the freaking shins of Negro players.
I loved John
spitting
Rocker.
on us.
Like John Rocker was so fun because he was just this closer out of nowhere through heat and had just a nasty slider. And then all of a sudden those comments in SI came out about the 7 train or whatever.
On the 7 train.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I should not be rooting for this guy.
Yeah. Okay. God forbid a place have brown, black, and gay people. God forbid. God bless America, y'all. Anyway, back to Steph Curry and the Golden State this time.
Thanks for subscribing to our baseball podcast.
We're secretly transitioning for the summer.
Count the diamonds. Yeah, count the diamonds. Not just the summer.
Kenny Lofton played hoops, by the way, at Arizona.
And in the Rock and Jock, MTV Rock and Jock days.
Yeah, he could play.
Bring back Rock and Jock MTV if you want to save yourself.
How is that not happening? Can we do this? Can we start this campaign?
Well, the thing is about bringing back stuff, it never really it kind of stays in that time. It never ages well. Like, you know, like the reboots are always like, because our expectations now are so high that we'd be like, man, I thought this shit was going to be better than that.
If we played in Rock and Jock, I guarantee that it would get ratings.
I mean, it's not that different from the celebrity game now, right? You just got to mix in a couple of
I think that's
but there's more fun stuff on this. There's a 4-point play and all this other shit.
The basketball's 25 feet in the air.
I'd rather have Slam Ball back than Rock and Jock.
Slam Ball was, oh my
Shouts
God.
to Ghetto Bird. That's my dog.
Slam Ball was ridiculous. I'm in. We got to bring Slam Ball back.
Houston Rockets still the runner-up for the title.
That's a sick voice.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm out.
Out on what, Trey?
No on the Rockets.
They gonna wet the bed, bro.
Ooh, I like this take. That's a spicy take.
Yeah, I just think Golden State is the one team that, like, even when they're doing what they do well, if Golden State's locked in, like, they got guys. If all you're going to do is just straight up isolate James Harden, 40 possessions, 50, 60 possessions a game, like, Golden State can actually be completely fine with that. Even on switches, even if whether they play it straight up, whether they do this switchy defense, like, they got a bunch of dudes to throw at this guy. I don't think they're going to have a problem with Houston, like, guarding them specifically. Like, I think Houston will do as good a job as anybody else at actually, you know, matching up with Golden State, because they brought in Bob Moute and PJ Tucker, along with obviously Trevor Ariza already. But
yeah, they can switch a lot, right? Like that's the thing that helps. I do think, and I know they've been historic with it, but I do worry they're a little too ISO heavy. And for a 7-game series with the Warriors.
By the way, and I want to see you make those pull-up 3-pointers when you're down 2-1.
Yeah.
I want to see you have the confidence
the pressure
to rise up and knock those down when you're down 2-1, rather than, you know, a regular season in February where everybody's sucking your dick and you're like, oh, we're great with the Rockets and point differential and blah blah blah. But like,
yo, if they win tonight, they will have 3 different double-digit win streaks this season, which is kind of crazy. But like they're in the similar boat as Toronto in that, like, that style of play in the roster is set up to dominate in the regular season, right? But it's a different game. And I'm not saying that they're the Raptors. I'm not saying the Raptors, you know, don't have a chance. I mean, I'm coming around on the Raptors a little bit, but it's still a thing of like, I don't think they're going to do the same things that made them successful in the regular season once the playoffs come.
See, but in theory, though, Chris Paul and James Harden are still supposed to dominate their isolation matchups, even in the playoffs. Whereas Jakob Poeltl is probably manageable in the playoffs, right?
Right, like Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet and
like these guys are manageable.
Right, like those are quality players, but how much do they lean on those guys? I mean, I wonder with Toronto. I know we're supposed to be talking about the Warriors and the Rockets, but I wonder with Toronto, like, do they stick with that rotation in the playoffs when most rotations shorten?
I don't see why you would.
I mean, because it's dominant.
I think both teams go 10 deep. The teams that we mentioned.
I don't think D'Antoni will, but I hope the Raptors do.
Listen, something made me go to bed last night. I seen Gerald Green and Draymond Green being compared. That shit pissed me off.
For having the same last name?
That shit was bad. That shit made me want to go to sleep. Nah, it wasn't even. Nah, they had like the stats.
Were you at a barbershop or something?
Yeah. Nah, it was on Twitter. Like I had to go to bed off of that shit. Hold on, let me actually find the tape. It was crazy, man. Super disturbing.
It was the one where, Gerald Green.
So it says Gerald Green plays 21.6 minutes per game, and Draymond plays 32.9 minutes per game. It's a Houston core. He obviously is a Houston Rockets fan. Not to really big this guy up because he probably was trolling. But he probably also
shouldn't have used his ad name.
I mean, I didn't put the whole thing.
Not that we got the listenership yet, anyway. But still,
yeah. But in general, like, don't attack this guy. But I think it was, Rocket's Twitter is a little delirious as well.
Rocket's Twitter's aggressive,
but they both average 11 points per game, and they're saying Gerald Green pretty much is an all-star. He should have.
All right, what team, if they win 60 games, isn't delirious? I want to know, because we always talk about this, that fan base is crazy. That fan base is all over the place.
The 60-win Hawks did not have a delirious fan base.
I don't know, man. They got 4.
The Hawks don't have fans.
I heard about that every.
Hey,
they had the player of the month. They had 5 players of the month in January.
That. I thought the NBA was so corny for that shit.
That was pretty corny.
That was not cool. I've never seen anything cool about that shit. I was like, come on, man. Y'all take it away from the whole.
I think John Wall technically won the dunk contest in New Orleans, but that was when they had the teams, the East versus West, and it wasn't just an individual dunk contest, and it was just kind of over.
Just worked, my man.
And then John Wall was
bloody
holding the trophy for some reason.
Bloody JRR.
That's what it felt like with the Hawks 5-for-1 player of the month.
Whose injury are you more worried about, Kyrie Irving or Steph Curry?
Steph, because they can win the title.
Gotta be Steph, because Boston never had a chance to do anything anyway.
Yeah, I feel like Boston is too early on this thing. I don't think they had aspirations to win a championship this year. So I think
they're a team that fits the
they were supposed to be the team.
They fit the temperament of the town. They're rah-rah. They're like a college team. They're fun. It's cute what they do in the regular season. Like they play hard for their coach.
First one in the gym, last one out.
Yeah, it's a cute story, but they never had a chance at the title. They never had a chance at the East. They never had a chance.
But you gotta be if you're Milwaukee or Miami,
Boston disagrees.
You gotta be gunning for that 7 seed.
Yeah,
like this is
so badly.
Yeah, if Kyrie's not there at all,
you want to play Terry Rozier's team so badly.
I see why Ainge didn't want to trade him though. He got tons of potential.
He's solid.
He's solid. Yeah, he's a nice.
I wouldn't want him running my team, right? Like I don't think you want him as a starting point guard, but he's a guy that, when Kyrie misses a couple of weeks, you feel very comfortable inserting him into the starting lineup.
What's crazy? Right? Once you're a reserve, it's kind of hard to be embraced. Like, I mean, if you came in as a reserve and then you all of a sudden have breakouts, it's like, you know what? You don't have that name. I don't have star power behind you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like he would have to dominate for at least 2-3 seasons, like for it to be like.
Is he better than Dennis Schroeder?
I think he's at that point where Dennis. I think he was at that point where Dennis Schroeder, where people were questioning that Atlanta should ship Teague. At this
that's
point
a good
right
point.
Now.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Obviously,
Dennis Schroeder had an identifiable NBA talent.
But you like Dennis Schroeder?
No, I don't like Dennis Schroeder. But there are times where you see like, oh shit, this guy actually could be a starting point guard. I don't like Terry Rozier's just like he's a nice player.
I think Rozier could start though. I just don't see him as the guy of actual team.
For good.
Yeah, I think he can start.
I don't think so.
I like him as a super sub off the bench, just as a scorer. He's not a point. He's not a starting point guard.
He's a very fat type to me.
Is there a big difference between what he's done this season and what Fred VanVleet has done?
Okay.
Yes.
So next topic here.
Yes, we're not talking about Fred. I like what Fred VanVleet has been bringing off the bench, but I'm not going to offer the bag to Fred VanVleet.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Hey Jade, what do you think about that?
If Ian Clark couldn't get paid, then nah.
What?
What do you think about that?
Think about what?
Oh, jeez.
I'm looking up tickets for the Wizard of Oz.
Jade, would you go buy tickets to watch Terry Rozier run a basketball team? And if you were going to do that, what would you use?
I would use SeatGeek, Zach, because buying tickets to sports and concerts can be complicated and confusing. But there's a better way to buy with SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the smartest, easiest way to get tickets for every type of live event. Whether you are searching for a last-minute deal, planning a night out, or need to find the perfect gift, SeatGeek helps you find the best seats at the best prices, fully guaranteed. There is nothing quite like seeing your favorite team or musician in person. And SeatGeek will get you closer to the action for a great value. I'm still scoping these Wizard of Oz tickets right now. I got the great deal, $62 each. Balcony C, row M. Trying to sell my wife on it right now.
Are you going to bring Pink Floyd with you?
Taking the kids, Tom.
Put the headphones on and listen to Pink Floyd and have it match up.
Oh, one of my favorite things to do. Oh, man, I love that.
You guys know about this?
It works. It works for like 62% of the movie.
Yep, you listen to Dark Side of the Moon, press play at the same time as Wizard of Oz. It syncs up almost perfectly, scene by scene.
Anyway, I have the SeatGeek app on my phone, and it is by far the easiest way I found to shop for tickets. I could be anywhere and with just a few taps can instantly find seats. One of the nice features now is if you're not ready to buy, you can just put in your email when the tickets go down a certain percentage. It'll ping you.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a nice little feature. It's designed to make your ticket buying experience easier than ever. Saves you time and money by searching multiple ticket sites. Grades every ticket based on value to help immediately identify the best seats that fit your budget.
Should we go to a hockey game? There's some really reasonable seats for the Kings.
Please do go see the Kings. They're man, I went like a month ago. Great environment. Hot women at these events. I didn't even know. I've been sleeping on it. If you're single, don't get in trouble with your wives. And then it's super intense. It's at least one fight a game for sure. Yeah. So
there's decent seats for like $30 for this Kings game.
Oh, and bring a jacket because it gets really cold in there.
Our listeners get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase. The promo code is B2B.
How many dollars off? 20?
$20 off.
American dollars?
American. That's the number 2 between two B's.
I'm using SeatGeek tonight for Bucks versus Clippers.
Okay.
So thanks,
Wait,
Jade.
you couldn't ask Zach for tickets for his Bucks?
Invite Trey to a game.
Oh, my Bucks.
Hey, man, when friends play for opposing teams in hometown cities, it's tough to get tickets, man.
Yeah.
You can't plus one.
Timberwolves on the rundown?
They are.
I love this.
The Timber Haha Wolves.
Yeah, we needed to ask. I wanted to ask Zach about that.
Thibs train?
No, he's the president and the coach.
It's not happening.
Fire him.
He's from New Britain. He fired my
man. That's
hey,
another
Waz, can you say the Biggie line?
Minnesota.
Which Biggie line?
Not only a player. Not only a client.
I'm not only the client, I'm the player president. Yeah.
Bingo.
He hired himself. Yes.
That's baller as hell.
It's not going to fire. He's not going to get fired.
Best protection.
Kevin McHale lasted as the president of the team for like 15 years, and all he did was lose them 4 draft picks with an under-the-table signing of Joe Smith. And when he did draft, he screwed up with picks like Nadubi Ebe and William Avery. Like, Kevin McHale botched the career of Kevin Garnett and lasted 15 years.
Nadubi Ebe, man, he thought he was nicer than LeBron. That kid
still does. He's got a crazy sense of self-worth. But this is like Thibs is not getting fired after the season. He might get fired in a couple of years, but it's not going to be anytime soon. So no, I'm not on the fire Thibs thing. That's.
If they didn't fire him last night, they won't fire him for a long time because losing to the Memphis Grizzlies, who just got blown out by 61 points here in Charlotte last week, they lost to Memphis Grizzlies. And yes, Marc Gasol played, but come on.
But that Marc Gasol's good, and he's actually a really tough matchup for Cat. But they've lost 23 of 24
games heading into that one.
What was that? That win was Denver though. They're kind of playing spoiler right now.
They're only a game and a half up on the Nuggets.
Yo, and they got 2 games against the Nuggets coming up. The last game of the season, number 82.
All they have to do is win one of those, and they get the tiebreaker. So I'm not worried about them being better. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to make it.
Yeah,
they got an 85% chance according to 538. I mean, if you look at their remaining games, it's Atlanta.
West standings is so weird, yo.
Yeah, they actually if they won 4 straight games, they might be in the 5 seed. Like, that's how weird the standings have been, and they own the majority of the tiebreakers for the team.
Just the other day we were talking about OKC potentially being out of the playoffs. So it's like,
and just the other day the Jazz were the 5 seed, right? And now they're in
7.
Yeah, now they're in 7. They're barely ahead of the Wolves. Like, it changes every couple of days. But no, the Wolves. So I only watched the second half of that game. I started going through the first half this morning, but it just looked like they were waiting for the Grizzlies to give up. And you can't, at this point in the season, when your position's not locked up like this, I don't care if they're missing Jimmy, but you can't play like that.
Yeah, you can't play that. Can't play down the levels. But that's what happens in the NBA all the time, guys.
All the time. Absolutely.
They just kind of they overthink this team's packed it in. And teams still have competitive, nature. You know what I mean?
Denver did this against Memphis. The Wolves just did this against Memphis. Utah did against Atlanta last week. This is
Tom, Jade, maybe the season's too long.
Oh, here we go.
I was watching the Celtics Suns last night. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Jesus Christ, that was awful.
I mean, what are we doing here, people?
And
you watched what game?
I was with my buddy Ibrahim yesterday, and he was like, the Knicks keep looking for point guards. They already got their point guard. Because Trey Burke dropped 42 last night. I'm like, yo, that was essentially a preseason game.
Baron Davis was not for the fuck shit yesterday. He was calling out everybody. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Some account on Twitter pretty much compared Trey Burke's one move that he made to Iverson. Just because this man wears braids, let's not do this, Knicks Nation or whatever they're called.
He's he's doing it though. He's wearing an Iverson Halloween costume on the court every night. That's what's happening. This is not by accident. This is by design on that dude's part.
He's the new Ramon Sessions.
Right.
In that Ramon Sessions early on in his career, now granted the timelines don't match up all that well, but early on in his career,
like Ramon like that.
No, this is what happened. I'm telling you, he became a basketball.
Glad I wasn't on social media like that back then.
There was
lit his ass up.
He became this kind of cult following on comment sections and all this shit because he had 24 assists in a late season game, and that one, and this is the nerdiest reason, but I'm telling you, this is what happened. That won people a lot of fantasy basketball leagues. And all of a sudden, they were like, hey, Ramon Sessions, he's kind of nice. He passes the ball. He can score a little bit.
Nah, Ramon Sessions does not pass the ball.
Remember that when the Lakers acquired him.
At the same one who's too scared of the too big, the stage, the big stage?
Yep. And when the Lakers acquired him, everyone was like, oh, the Lakers got their point guard. He's going to help them the rest of the season. And I was like, there's no, the only skill he has is he gets to the free throw line. But he's not even that great of a free throw shooter. Ramon Sessions is at best a backup point guard and not someone you really want a part of your rotation.
I wish we was as rude as New York Knicks fans out here in LA. We too nice. We let him off the hook. I knew he was listen, as soon as they got him, I said, you know what? He not fit for this. He not fit for this. You gotta be so arrogant and cocky or have to embrace the Hollywood lifestyle of being a Laker point guard. Because the point guard, Magic made that shit so if you're not actually dominant, you have to be a dominant guy to play for the Lakers straight up. I like Kuz's arrogance. Kuz is he gonna fit in. He just gotta keep the basketball play there, but he already transitioned into this whole
talk. Yeah, he's shit talking.
Yeah, he popping his shit. So keep it up, Kuz. You know what I mean? You are kind of guy out here. You know what I mean? I've never been a Laker fan, but I'm rooting for the young Lakers. We need the Lakers to be good for the city. We can't have, you know what I mean? Because people get disrespectful and try to kick down on our buildings like Snoop Dogg did in New York. We ain't trying to do that. We still want relevance out here because the Clippers not doing it. Our best team in the city is the Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, or maybe UCLA.
All right, let's get to real hard journalism here. Zach Harper, is Joe Smith's Twitter account real?
I'm telling you, I don't believe it is.
just got the follow. Anyone else get the follow?
Yeah, I had the follow early on.
Yeah.
That's how I became aware
He
of this.
followed me, but he follows 10,000 other people, so I ain't followed back.
He tweets.
State your case, Zach. State your case.
He tweets like a 20-year-old on basketball Twitter, which is not bad, but he's in his mid-40s and he's a former player. Like no player, current or former, tweets like this.
All right, Jade.
It's possible he has an assistant doing it and it's not him, but I don't buy it.
Jade, he has a pinned tweet right now that says, for podcast bookings and other business inquiries, text 404-775-2003. You must include your name and your affiliation for a response. Thank you, Jade. Let's do this. Let's get this done.
I wanted to prove that I'm wrong.
Jay, you want me to get him on right now? Jay, we ain't even got to do that. You want me to get him right now?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. We're going to get him. We're going to find out. And we're going to ask. Zach, don't fucking wet the bed. I'm telling you now. We're going to ask these questions. Like, do you tweet this shit?
Get the number.
I want evidence. I want evidence of him sending these tweets. I want a current newspaper. Like, this is proof of life.
I'm going to throw it in the chat. This is crazy that we're here at this point. We're doing this.
For those that don't know who this is, who is this?
It's a number one. It's a number one pick in
1995.
Mr. Joe Beast.
Joe Beast 95.
He cost Zach Harper and the Minnesota Timberwolves 4 picks.
Oh, he didn't do that. That was Kevin McHale. We're not blaming Joe. Joe took the deal that he was on. Okay. We're not blaming Joe. That's Kevin McHale and Glenn.
So no culpability there on Joe Smith's part, going under the table, reaching around?
Is it the only? He's not the one who put it in writing.
Okay. But he signed it. He put his name on it.
Yeah,
something illegal.
I think that's the only under the table deal we've ever had. No, they were just dumb enough to put it in writing.
He got caught.
All right. Here we go. All right. How's everyone's weekend going to be, guys?
What?
I'm playing with our guys, Warriors World, in Oakland.
Oh, wait. I have to send him a text first?
Yeah. Shoot a text.
Wait, Trey, that's his literal phone number?
Wait.
Bro, send the text, bro. That's all I say. Just like, yo, I'm Jade Boy from.
I thought
that's the one they listed online.
I know, but I'm about to listen. I'm about to go DM this dude right now directly, and we're gonna have him on the show. So let me know what show works out best in the group chat, and then we're gonna.
Does anyone know what Joe Smith sounds like?
No.
Wait, go watch the Aaron. We're gonna make this happen. Though.
Do I say friends with Trey?
No, just say yo from the basketball buds, and then I'm about to reach out right now, and we're gonna have him on the show. I'm just gonna tell you that right now, but I just want you to know to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to go extra over and beyond. We're gonna have him on.
Do I say wonder if you're around now?
Are you trying to get him on right now?
Can you hop on the pod?
Nah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yo, are you busy right now? Like, I know you don't know me and I'm calling you out the blue, but could you get on my podcast?
No.
Like,
I was totally under the impression the way that Trey set it up that he
No,
we're getting him now.
I'm saying we're gonna get him on for the next show. No, I'm just saying like, yeah, because it's too late. It's too late for that. Like, I mean, we could have did it though.
I'll text him
but
in a
it's
minute.
Too late.
We could have an emergency pod if he agree, later in the day or tomorrow if he agrees to come on. Like, I need proof that he tweets like this. And if it's an assistant, an intern, something, I'm fine with that. But I don't believe he's tweeting this.
Yeah, how are we gonna test him? How are we gonna what proof do we need?
I want video of him sending a tweet, of him typing it out and sending a tweet. I'm willing to be unreasonable here because it doesn't seem like that. I will be the bad guy. I'll be the bad cop, whatever we want to call it. Like, I don't believe it's him. I got a bossa nova for us real quick.
Do you think
this can't make the pod?
Go.
Jade, you ready? Okay. This happened. Basically committing identity theft. This person who had, or there was a different player, but there was another player where it's like someone who's just known enough, but like.
Next on Waziels.
And we're back,
guys. That's an invalid number.
Wait, it's a hoax?
I tried it, and I just got a rejection note.
It's a hoax.
Maybe it's too booked.
Error, invalid number.
Too book is funny.
Next on Serial.
Anyway.
Damn, people are saying Rozier's better than Reggie Jackson and Schroeder right now. It's pretty tight.
Ooh.
I like that.
Oh, Reggie's back, right? When did Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie got back last week.
Okay.
I
have not been paying attention.
Season high last night versus the Lakers, 20 points.
Yeah, I saw him playing last night, and then I wondered when he had come back, and I didn't look it up.
Terry Rozier is the new age George Hill. I love it.
Wow, relax.
Yo, this is great, man.
New age George Hill is my new handle on Twitter.
That's
new age George Hill.
Oh, guys, I got a call. Hold on a second.
Do your thing.
Is it from Joe?
Here we go.
Is it from Joe?
What's up? Back to back. I'm here. This is the Count the Days poet Anthony Canton III, and I actually had a question today. I was curious, what first round series would each of you guys like to see between, it doesn't matter, East or West? I'll hang up and listen. First time, long time. Take care, guys.
You already know, Waz. I want my Bucks against your Raptors. I want to settle.
Oh, you want the 1 versus 8? I'm looking at the standings right now. Yeah, They were 39 and 34 team. They're right there with the Heat, who are at number 8. They've got a negative 0.2 point differential.
Not worried about
Bring them on. They are going to get wasted. Okay,
yeah. I want to see CJ Miles defend Giannis.
I think the Bucks finish at 6 though. To be honest,
and play the Cavs. Ooh. That's exactly what they don't want.
No, if you're going to get the Cavs, you want them now.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. That's true. Before they get engines purring.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed.
Who is this? Is funny.
I'm a little bummed with Philly making the run they did because I really wanted Cleveland versus Philly in the first round.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I reached him.
Yeah, he did. So I don't know who Jade texted.
I don't know what Jade was texting.
He replied.
What'd he say?
Yeah. Who is this?
Yes.
That's why I said, who is this? Is funny.
No response yet, guys. But the number that he gave, it actually worked for me. Jade, what are you typing in, man?
I typed in 404-775-2003.
Yeah, I mean, you see the number at the top, fellas.
I see it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. This is interesting.
Any other first round matchups?
Is there anything in the West that really compels you guys?
First round.
I want to see
Utah, Golden State.
No, I want to
very interesting, fellas.
I would have loved to have seen Oklahoma City versus Golden State in the first round. 2-7 matchup.
I'd take Utah there.
That's not far fetched. They might slide, man.
Yeah, I think that would be a cool series to watch without Steph.
Oh, I'm not saying Utah would beat Golden State. I just would love to watch that series would be very interesting with that defense going against a banged up Warriors team.
Yeah,
that's exactly what Houston wants is to just have Utah just beat them up for 7 games,
slow them down.
Even if they're banged up, do you guys really expect Utah to score points against a locked-in Golden State?
No one's going to score points against them, Waz.
Yeah, I think KD can score. I think KD can score against.
Not against Joe Ingles. Not against Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles and Rudy Gobert.
Gobert. Gobert, go home, Waz.
That's
stop
terrible.
That shit, man. I blocked you once.
Trey actually blocked me the other night.
And then had the begging for the follow back. That was the funniest part. Like, the fucking joke didn't even, last that long. Because I was like, fuck, now I really got to follow him actually back. So bad.
All right, what else we got on this rundown, Tom?
Want to talk Isaiah Thomas leaving the Lakers?
Yes. Best for his career, man. Get the surgery.
Do you think he's going to need surgery?
Bro. Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough with the timing of
it's time. I mean, he's 15 points per game, dude. You know, I don't think the surgery fucks him up. I think it helps.
Yeah, sure.
We know what he can give. I just don't think he gets the whole the look that he wants, the starter look. He would just have to embrace what he can get and kind of hopefully move into whatever is God's plan at this point. But yeah, you know, because like not doing it and then kind of, you know, hurting his play towards the end, like the Derrick Rose situation. Remember when Derrick Rose was playing for the Knicks and then ended up like getting hurt. And before the season started, he was like, he wanted 150 mil. Like that was crazy. Like, I don't know.
We all want 150 mil, Trey. We all want 150 mil.
Oh, absolutely,
I'm not gonna hate Derrick Rose for wanting 100.
No. I'm not mad at him for wanting it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it's tough, man. There's no Brinks truck coming. There's no Brinks truck coming, Isaiah.
This is not worst case scenario for Isaiah Thomas, but this was kind of the nightmare that you hope would not happen when he made a decision not go under the knife over the summer, right?
I want this young man to be healthy long term. That's what I care about. I want him to be able to play with his kids and walk around and do normal shit. Like, we all love basketball, but it's not that serious. You're going to still get paid, my man, but take care of that hip.
Yep.
Shut it down. It's the Lakers. You guys not going to the playoffs. You know, think about yourself long term. That's all I care about. I mean, you know, if he's really banking on 3 weeks to like really grit it out, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be really bad for him long term. Take care of your body, young man.
So he's going to be a free agent this summer, and you know, after said the Celtics have to bring out the Brinks truck for him. He got traded. They got traded again. Like he's going back to his hip specialist in New York City, the one that he consulted with back in the Boston Celtics thing. And the issue is, like, man, ahead of a contract season, that's a tough decision to make, is whether to basically be out for the next season and hope that someone gives you a contract after you come back from a hip surgery. I don't know what kind of sources you have, Trey, but it's not a great sign that he's got to go back to New York, honest, leave the Lakers.
I didn't even tap the source this time. I just left it alone and just kind of instinct this one. Just because, you know, you come back and you really, really mess up. Like, you know what? Like, I'm forget it. I'm not opt out and play through it. And he tears something even more. I'm going to feel terrible. Yeah. Like, I'm going to look at it like, dude, he's never going to get back. I'd rather him miss out on a couple of dollars and still land a job and get, you know, be fresh. He's 30 years old. Well, about to be, I think. Or is he 30 yet?
Yeah, and there was
I think he's like 29 or something like that.
Yeah, he just turned 29 last month.
Yeah, so like, 30 next season. Like, just have this surgery, man, and get on the team mid-season or whoever decides to pick you up, because I don't think his career is over. You know what I mean? He's averaging 15 points per game, even off the slander. And
he can still probably
get a bucket, man.
Well, I think he can still probably get another big payday. It's just probably 2 years away, right? Like, he has a surgery. He has to come back next year. He has to prove the year after that he is back and legit. And then after that, he can get a nice payday. Like, it's not going to be the 150. It's not going to be the Brinks truck he was hoping for, but it's still like a Brinks wagon.
Trust me, Isaiah, you didn't do it in vain, bro. We understand. Mr. Relevant.
It's a Brinks shopping cart.
It's a Brinks, but hey, it's still Brinks.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, these athletes kind of go over and beyond and don't consider the long-term scenario. Also, you know, before, I don't know how much time we got left, definitely sending condolences to a young man that lost his life on the basketball court.
Zeke Upshaw,
Zeke Upshaw. Yeah, man, that was pretty deep. I haven't experienced anything like that since the 90s. You know, with us losing Hank Gathers and Reggie Lewis. And then also Chris Bosh being forced to retire during, you know, similar, like I said, nothing has really rolled out, real news on, you know, I don't want to just assume, you know, that it was his heart or whatever was going on with him physically. But it just sucks. 26 is very young. And then the Rapid had just like clinched the playoffs too. So it's like really sad, man.
some more shout outs. Nick Costello. What's up, my man? He does the rundowns for us.
Is that NBA Glasses?
Yes, it is.
Shout out to him.
Nadus. 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 Is that how you'd say that? Michael Days. Jason Bowser. James Collins. What's up, my man? Travis Mayberry. Briar Bradshaw. I like that name. James Buckley. Ryan Phillips. Lee Haney. What's up? Jonathan Prieto. Justin Cruz. Jared Dubin, friend of the show. Jackson Harefield. Hope you didn't go bald. Jim Harley. Matt A. Ventieri. Kevin Wolowitz. That's totally wrong. Alex Canal. Josh Doherty. Matt Smith. Ian Harvey. Kendall Howell. Mark Chakowski. Nick Favorito. You're my favorito, buddy. And Ken Samuels. These are so much fun.
Why is Ken Samuels funny?
No, I liked my favorito. Oh, my
God. Edibles down, Jade.
This could be just exclusive content of Jade gets high and reads the shout-outs.
All right. Well, one last question, because this cracked me up.
Hey, what's going on? This is Brandon from Springfield. I had a question. Since you guys are kind of like mini celebrities, I was wondering, how does it feel, for a bunch of people to be adding you on tweets and Instagram, and, how do you kind of like separate that from your regular life? You know what I mean? Like having everyone that you don't know adding you, and then, you actually trying to keep up with your real friends that at you and stuff. So besides the group chat, but how do you guys do that? Thank you.
I mean, for me, I don't troll as much as I used to, so my mentions are way less chaotic as they used to be than, say, the days when, brown homies from San Antonio were literally threatening my life because I called Tim Duncan a statue, right? Like, I don't get that kind of response to Twitter. Like, it's more than manageable, but I don't have as much followers as Tom or say Zach or whatever. But like, I think it depends on the day, man.
Mine vary. Like, I randomly end up in moments a lot for like basketball tweets, and like the recent one was like I was trolling Ben Simmons saying that Donovan Mitchell should win Roy off of that shot that sent them into overtime. And like, I didn't even know Ben Simmons had a hive, which was kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
It's still been going, but
he's got the
funny.
He's got the Sixers hive and the Australian basketball hive.
Yeah. So it's like, they're just like, he's too busy, getting triple doubles and getting rebounds and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, separating it, I mean, it's kind of easy because you don't have to reply to everybody. Like, you just keep scrolling. Like, it's not one of those like, oh, I got to make a list or anything. I know every time, I'm sure most of us, every time we open our apps, have the notifications of 20 plus, which is kind of obvious. I mean, because different stuff. I know Zach likes to troll movies sometimes, and sometimes you talk sports, and sometimes you talk about other stuff like stuff being soups and all this other stuff.
Being soups, Forged and Fire, bladesmithing. A lot of bladesmithing talk on the latest Snark Hoops.
You get into it with people, Harper, man.
All the time. It's great, man. Because
I like talking shit. Like, and that's the thing. Is like, I don't really take any of it personally. I like firing back and forth. And so if someone takes it personally, that's on them. Like, I don't take any of this stuff personally. People call me names all the time. Like, I just like talking shit. Like, that is fun.
I had one of those, and I think Tom intervened. Remember, Tom? You texted me like, Jade, hold off, bro. Hold off.
Yeah, see, Zach, I'm different. If I haven't already established a rapport with you on Twitter, I don't really want to go back and forth with you. I have no interest. Like, if we've already, been doing this for a while, then it's like, all right, cool. We can have a spirited debate. And like, I understand that you generally make decent points, and we can, kind of go our separate ways after. But like, just some random Houston dude coming in my like, nah, I'm good, homie. You gonna get the mute.
The first I experienced it was in Frisco, 2000 and probably, I think it was 2015. And we were just out in the streets, and people recognized like the True Hoop podcast guys. It was hilarious. And I wasn't really even part of the show then. I was just kind of an intermittent voice, but I still got it. Oh, yo, that's Jade. Is that Jade?
It's a very basketball Twitter environment, but Summer League in Vegas is that way.
And then our live show in Oakland, I felt like a superstar rolling into.
You are a superstar, Jade.
Rolling into Soul Space, I was just like on top of the world.
That was a fun experience.
Portland was pretty wild. Portland and Seattle was pretty wild because now people are like, yo, you Black Trey. And that kind of bugs me out because I'm like, yo, it's just my voice. Like, I don't even really post pictures of me like that unless Jade's been like posting, you know, of course, obviously we've been doing the Patreon thing. So
I didn't know what you looked like until we met.
A lot of people didn't, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, hey, I like this no face thing because it's kind of like I can still mob. Like, obviously I didn't think the thing was going to be like this big, you know, and obviously it's going to grow. I think it's going to, you know what I mean, be a pretty big damn deal. You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm with other people and I'm kind of like, you know how the cartoon characters get embarrassed and their cheeks get rosy? Because, you know, I try to say, oh, we got a little podcast. Like, yeah, we have a little podcast. And then people are like, yo, you're Black Trey. And I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I've been out with homies a couple of times when that happened. And it was just like, really?
I'm looking at this.
Everybody knows Big Waz, though.
Hey, Joe. Who's this?
This is funny.
He has not responded yet. At least I got a response.
Well, you truly have a name that he should recognize. If it's
hey,
him.
Zach.
Yo.
Can I get your opinion on the situation in Sacramento? Since you're from there?
The Stephon Clark thing?
Stephon Clark, yes.
Yeah. I thought
it's your city, so you know what I mean. Like, I'm curious to hear your take on it.
I mean, it's not like Sacramento's like any other city in that there's there's police stuff that happens that's good, and there's police stuff that happens that's very not good. And the community does rally pretty well. I mean, it's also the state capital, right, for California. So like there is kind of that vibe a little bit when shit happens, that there are rallies and there are movements, and I haven't experienced too many marches there, but what happened at the arena the other night was pretty powerful. And it, like, the fact that they kept people from going to a basketball game and police flat out said, you are not, like, if you're not already in the building, you are not getting into this game today because we can't verify safety and all that stuff. Like, I don't know how real any threat was, but the fact that there was a movement that kept people from going to a basketball game was pretty incredible. And I think that based on what I know about the community, they will seek justice like a lot of these other communities have done, around various police shootings. And I don't think anything's going to come of it other than more awareness for this problem in the country. But I think it'll be whatever comes of it will be very spirited and very informed and well represented. And I'm glad, like, you hate to see the tragedy, obviously. I'm glad to see the reaction. I'm glad to see that they, that they're not going to just let it slide, that they're going to make this as big as any other incident, because what happened was just awful.
Yeah. Well, thank you on that take, man. Anybody else? Or, I mean, you don't have to, but we talked about it on Monday a little bit, but I was definitely curious to hear your opinion on it since you're from Sacramento,
I actually I don't know I didn't see the area where he was. Let's see that real quick.
But I really thought it was pretty dope gesture from the Kings,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Vivek, it would be pretty hard to screw up that moment, right? Like the speech to the fans in the community after the game. Like, it would take but we've seen owners in the past, like, really say some dumb things in big moments.
Yeah.
I don't think you should, right. I don't think you should discount what he said necessarily, but it's good to see that. And I believe him too. Like, I think he is someone who, he saw how the community, and obviously on a much lesser degree of an event, but he saw how the community rallied to keep the team there. Like, he knows the power of that community to have a much bigger issue and a much bigger occurrence and a much bigger tragedy occur, and to respond that way. I believe the response is genuine, and I believe that he will actually take action to try to make a difference. Whether that difference actually happens, we've got a big history in this country of that not actually mattering, but I think he will do what he can.
Oh, happy birthday to White Man Can't Jump.
Okay, happy birthday. How old?
What is this, 26 years? They come out in 92?
Years. Yeah. The greatest NBA, greatest basketball movie of all time.
And what is this?
It's my favorite.
What is this?
For sure.
Salt Lake Tribune Sports. Why are we passing this?
It's fake. It's fake. Give me a break. These people aren't credible. The guy's not credible. The outlet's not credible. The opinion's not credible. Fuck this.
I will say this. I don't believe this is a shared opinion of the majority of the fan base.
Yeah.
No way. That's why it's shocking. Shocking me right now.
It's a blatant troll to get clicks and retweets and likes and outrage. It's just like, you can't possibly hold this stupid opinion.
Yeah.
Gordon Munson. Congratulations.
Sounds like the name of a stupid opinion haver.
It really does.
Hey, he actually is followed by our own Snark Hoops, Angie Treasure.
Yeah. Gordon's been a columnist there for a long time, and I think he's on the radio there.
Yeah.
I've met Gordon. Gordon's a nice guy, but this is not a good opinion.
Ethan just tweeted, "These are great Alanis Morissette lyrics." Dear Gordon Hayward, the Utah Jazz are doing just fine without you. Rudy Gobert is a stud, and Spider Mitchell is going to be a star, probably bigger than you. You're not missed. Sincerely, Gordon Munson.
I'm curious about this. The finish,
let that hurt go, man.
As they call it in the journalism world, the hammer here at the end of the column, it says, in the Jazz's second half surge, though, in the rookie's development, the fretting over Hayward has diminished to a subterranean level. The greatest revenge has already been taken. Gordon who? No. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are the kings of this town.
God bless.
Wait, they couldn't even choose one king?
Well, I mean, Rudy's the star, but Donovan's the future star. You gotta have dual dictatorship.
And what about Ricky Rubio?
Yeah, he's the.
What about Joe Ingles? Or is like Jose Ingles?
Derek Favors. He's the brute strength.
No, that's a weird thing. The analogy doesn't even work. Like, if there's only one king, and you're saying there are two kings.
Well, they're in that movie with
Ice Cube,
with George
Three
Clooney.
Kings?
Yeah, the three kings. There were three kings though, right?
Ice Cube was taking some crazy ass roles, man.
Is Clooney in that movie? Mark Wahlberg's in that movie. Clooney's in that movie, right?
Fam, you know what? We need to watch that, dog. Straight up.
It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, Clooney,
Perfect
Mark
Storm?
Wahlberg, Ice Cube.
That was a good
We
book.
could watch that too.
Listen, Clooney, Wahlberg, and Ice
Clooney.
Cube is hilarious. Look at Ice Cube with this big Waz mustache, dog. This is fucking sick, man. Ice Cube, Slim. This is Slim Cube. It's like water hit him and like he did.
Oh yeah, because he was still like, he was still getting into the whole movie scene in terms of becoming a movie star.
His IMDb is kind of crazy now, huh?
He's been in some major movies. He's headlined some major movies.
I still will never forgive Ice Cube for Triple X, man.
The State of the Union.
Oh man, shout out to the big three. We got Friday, Straight Outta Compton, Fist Fight, Boys in the Hood, Friday After Next, Ride Along, Are We There Yet? Next Friday, Ride Along 2, 21 Jump Street, Barbershop, 22 Jump Street, Triple X State of the Union, Three Kings, Lottery Ticket, All About the Benjamins, Are We Done Yet? Anaconda, Barbershop Next Cut, Higher Learning, Barbershop 2 Back in Business, The Long Shots, Ghost of Mars, The Players Club, First Sunday, Dangerous Ground, The Glass Shield, Janky Promoters, Rampart, The Book of Life, Trespass, Triple X Return of Xander Cage.
I forgot he was in Higher Learning.
Beauty Shop, Twerk, I Got the Hookup, Thicker Than Water. And
Jade, you seen I Got the Hookup?
He has to see I Got the Hookup. We're going to have to sit down and do that for sure. We might have to
classic.
Do some shit on Twitch or some shit.
It's a Master P joint.
Shout out to Master P, man. One of the greatest Raptors of all time.
He was a Hornet too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he logged the actual NBA minute. I think it was all preseason, but still, he's still a legend.
Yeah. Might even have been Summer League.
Nah, he actually wore a uniform. He was in preseason.
Okay.
2 stars, 4 out of 10 on IMDb. 2 small-time scam artists, Black and Blue, sell boom boxes and broken TVs from their fans.
That's amazing.
That sounds like a stoner flick. Anyway, you want to wrap this up, Tom?
From L.A., Zach Harper, Big Was. From the Uninterrupted, Big Was. Black Trey, Jade Hoy, and yours truly. Thank you for joining.
Don't forget Jerv.
Johnny Jerv.
Oh, Jerv, and not Joe Smith.
Maybe Joe Smith, but probably not.
Well, he didn't show up, so for now, it's not Joe Smith.
Okay.
He must prove himself, and I don't know. We're gonna have to watch some YouTube videos and try to get some voice confirmation to make sure we can cross-reference that it's actually him. Sure. Thank you for listening to the Basketball Buds Tuesday edition. See you Wednesday for Zach Harper Show or whatever it's called. We out.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yep.
Ciao.
Peace.
Later on.